Welcome back to an episode of Master Asian Core. Today, this video is a continuation of my previous video. Previously, we talked about having a backlog where all your items that you need to work on is in this one single list. So what is the next step? So this video is about the next step. Now, let's talk about something else first. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, please remember to subscribe and go ahead and click on your bell notification so that way when I put out a new video, you get notified of it. The intention of this channel is to provide content that helps enable you to go further along in your agile journey. So remember, I know most of you that watch this video does not subscribe. Please subscribe, it helps greatly for me. So let's get back to the video. One of the things that I enjoy about traveling is food. Now, I'm not somebody that eats a lot of food, but when I go back to Malaysia, now Malaysia is where my country of birth. So whenever I go back, there's nostalgia about food. And there are so many different kind of food that I want to eat. And I have a limited time only. So of course, here's my list of things that I would like to eat. But then how do I decide what should I eat first? When I land, what's available for me, things will start happening, right? So there is a sense of that I've got limited time. I can't go through all of it. Well, maybe I need to prioritize this list, prioritize this work. So how does this connect to what we talked about in the previous video? Real simple. We have a backlog, similar to the list of food that I like to eat. We need to go away and prioritize this list. Now, when it is just an individual, when I'm the only one involved, it's a lot easy, right? I can just figure out what I want. At any point in time, I can change my mind. But when you're working in a group setting, in a team environment for matters, and we're trying to get everybody working together as one, you need one single list. So therefore, you need a way to prioritize that list. The easiest way to think about this is this. There is one item that comes up first. You don't have the 5 items being number 1. So always there's one. So think of it as a single output queue. Only one person or one item can come off that queue at one time. So that's an easy way for you to see and rank those things. Now, how do you rank it? How do you order it? There are multiple different ways of ordering it, right? An example is the one that has a cow in it. Moscow, right? Must have, should have, would have, could have. So those are the ones that are easy ones. Then there are the walking the skeleton, I believe that's what it's called. That one's pretty interesting as well because I like it in terms of it's creating what we call a MVP and the story mapping technique. And then there's of course the in SAFe, it talks about the WSCHIF, weighted shortest job first. So there's a way of where you evaluate, put value in the items that you have in the backlog, and then you did a calculation, and that helps you figure out which one goes up and which one you pick from. Of course, there are multiple different other methods that's available. Kano, for example, and there's a lot more that I'll put a couple of those on here on the screen right here. But at the end of the day, is you need to figure out what works for you. One as a team or as an organization. You may pick one. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that sometimes we get hung up on having the one method or one prioritization model that works all the time. Now, what I've seen is that sometimes that's not the case, right? Sometimes, it is a specific method or model works for a specific situation. So assess that situation. At the end of the day, we're trying to get to value first. Which one gives you the biggest bang of the buck? And based on your needs, one of those methods may work for you. Now, of course, for me, I like it being very simple. The simpler the model is, the easier it is for us to do it. And if it's very difficult, we tend not to use it as much. So oftentimes there are tools and programs that helps you do it, that provides those calculations for you. So find one that works for you. Prioritization is a must in our step 2. So there you go. That's all there is for this week. I'll have the third one coming up next. Bye.